Hi friends, my name is Nandita.
Good morning dear students, welcome to Sonu Academy. Today we are going to discuss about gifts of nature from class 3 CBSE syllabus. Children, nature is very important for all living things. It gives us many useful gifts. Beside animals and plants, nature provides us with water and food which are necessary for our survival. Children, water is essential for drinking, cooking, cleaning, and growing crops. We must always drink clean water and safe water to stay healthy and avoid disease. Food gives us energy to work, play, and grow. Eating healthy and balanced meals helps our body stay strong and active. We should include fruits, vegetable, grains, and other nutritious food in our diet. To stay healthy, we must also follow good habits. Always keep our body clean, wash hands regularly, and do exercise every day. These habits help us feel fresh and prevent illness. Children, nature resources are limited, so we must use them wisely and avoid wasting water and food. Conserving resources means saving them for the future so that everyone can use them. Children, nature is a precious gift. Water and food are essential for life. By eating healthy, staying clean, exercising, and conserving resources, we can live a healthy life and protect nature for future generations. Children, now let us discuss in detail about why water is a precious gift. Yes, water is an inorganic compound with the chemical formula of H2O. The chemical formula of water H2O means 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom was a formula established by Italian scientist Amedeo Avogadro in 1811. While earlier scientists proved water was a compound in 1781 to 1783, Avogadro established a molecular formula. Water is a transparent, tasteless, odorless, and nearly colorless chemical substance. It is the main constituent of earth streams, lakes, and oceans, and fluids of all known living organisms in which it acts as a solvent. Water is vital to all living things and covers nearly 75% of Earth's surface. It occurs in 3 states like solid, ice, liquid water, and gaseous water vapor, and plays an important role in everyday activities such as drinking, cooking, cleaning, and agriculture. The major source of water including rainfall, rivers, lakes, and underground water reservoirs. About 71% of the Earth's surface is covered by water, with oceans and seas containing the vast majority of it, around 96.5%. Smaller amounts are found underground water as 1.7% trapped in glaciers and ice caps of Antarctica and Greenland, present in 1.7%, and in the atmosphere as water vapor, clouds, and precipitation 0.01% is present. The water is constantly circulating throughout the water cycle, which includes evaporation, transpiration, condensation, precipitation, and runoff, eventually flowing back into the seas and oceans. Children, let us discuss in detail about the history of water. Water on the earth is an ancient with origins dating back truly 4.4 to 4.8 billion years throughout. Potentially a mix of earlier volcanic outgassing and delivery via icy meteorites. As the planet cooled, these vapors condensed, creating oceans that enabled life to begin roughly 3.7 billion years ago. Humans have since managed this vital resource, from the ancient water system innovation to modern conservation efforts. Children, let us see what is this cyanobacteria and photosynthesis. The earlier life forms, especially cyanobacteria, began using water, sunlight, and carbon dioxide to produce fruit releasing oxygen byproduct, which eventually allowed for the development of a complex life according to the planetary society. Children, let us see why water is important. Yes, water is one of the most important gift of nature. Water is crucial for survival, making up about 60% of the human body and sustaining all life on the earth. While all living things, humans, animals and plants need water to live, we use water for many purposes such as drinking, cooking, bathing, washing clothes, growing crops. Without water, the life would not be possible on the earth. Children, now let us see what are the sources of water. The sources of water are earth water, covering about 70% of the earth's surface, is sourced primarily from oceans and with fresh water locked in glaciers, ice caps and aquifers. Major accessible sources including rivers, lakes, streams and groundwater, with rain serving as the primary replenishment source. Children, let us discuss the main source of water, which is called as rainwater. Rain is the main source of water. When we say rain, rain, come again, it shows how important rain is for us. Rain fills rivers, lakes and ponds and help plants to grow. Children, let us see what is a rain. The rainwater that falls from clouds in the sky. When the sun heats water in rivers, lakes and ocean, it turns into water vapor and rises up. This water vapor forms clouds, and when the clouds become heavy, water falls down as a rain. Children, let us see what indicates before the rain comes. Before it starts raining, we can notice natural signals in the sky and surroundings, like dark clouds appear, the sky becomes cloudy and grey or black, and the cool wind starts blowing. The air feels cooler and stronger wind may blow, and the thunder and lightning. We may hear loud sounds of thunder and see flashes of lights lightning. Change in smell. We sometimes smell a fresh, earthy scent from the soil, and sky becomes darker. Even during the daytime, it may look like evening. Birds and animals also behave differently. Birds may fly back to their nest, and animals may look for their shelter. Children, let us see why rainwater is important. The rainwater is important because it gives us water to drink, it helps plants and crops to grow, it fills rivers, lakes and ponds, it keeps the weather cool and fresh. Rain is not only useful but also enjoyable. Children love to play in the rain, and many songs and poems are about the rain. Children, what happens to rainwater? When it rains, a lot of water falls on the ground. This water does not stay in one place and it moves in different ways depending on where it falls. Children, let us see what happens to the rainwater and where does the rainwater go. It soaks into the soil. Some rainwater gets absorbed into the ground. This water slowly moves underground and gets stored between the rocks and soils. This underground water is called groundwater, and it is the source of water in wells. Children, let us see what are the puddles. The forms of puddles means water. Some water collects on the surface in small pools called puddles. Some water that is not absorbed flows over the land, and it may join small streams which later join rivers, and these are called flowaways. Children, the rainwater also gathers in ponds, lakes, rivers, seas and oceans, and these water bodies are called collecting water bodies. In other hand, we can say water cannot soak into the ground. It drips up the sun, turning back into water vapor. Children, the water soaks into the soil and becomes underground water. This is very important because it recharges wells, ponds, rivers, and it also helps plants to grow, keep our environment green and healthy. Children, let us see what happens after the rain stops. When the rain stops, the sun comes out, some water evaporates, means changes into water vapor and goes back into the air. Some water remains in the soil or water bodies, some continues to flow into the rivers and seas. Children, rainwater moves through a natural cycle. It gets absorbed, collected and flow into rivers, and some returns to the air. This process helps to maintain the water supply on the earth. Children, now let us discuss the natural way of recycling water, which is called the water cycle. Yes, the water on the earth is always moving in a continuous journey called the water cycle. This cycle makes sure that water is always available for humans, animals, and plants. Even though the water moves around, it never disappears. It changes its forms and location in nature, moving from rivers, lakes, and oceans to the sky and back again. Children, now let us discuss in detail about the steps of water wave cycle. The first step is evaporation, means water turns into vapor. The sun heats up the water in rivers, lakes, ponds and oceans, and this water changes into water vapor and rises into the air. Even water from the soil, puddles and plants also evaporate. The next step of water cycle is condensation. Condensations are nothing but clouds are formed. Water vapor rises high into the sky where it is cooler. The water cools down and changes into tiny water droplets forming clouds. The third step of water cycle is precipitation. Precipitation is nothing but water falls back to earth. When clouds become heavy and full of water droplets, the water falls as rain, snow, sleet and hail depending on the weather. This is how rain comes to nourish the soil, rivers, lakes and plants. The fourth step of water cycle is collection. Water gathers on the earth. When rainwater flows into rivers, lakes and oceans, some water soaks into the ground, becomes underground water. This underground water helps recharge wells and water sources. Children, now let us discuss about the fifth step of water cycle is flow and movement. Water in rivers eventually flow into seas and oceans. From there, the sun heats again and the cycle continues. Children, let us discuss why the water cycle is important. Yes, the water cycle is important because it keeps water available. Rivers, lakes, ponds and underground water are replenished. And water cycle supports life like plants, animals and humans because they need to survive water. It also helps plants to grow, and rainwater nourishes the soil. It cleans and recycles the water. The sun and nature naturally purifies the water. Children, now let us see some of the facts of water. Water can change into three forms as we discussed, that liquid, gas and solids. The water cycle has been working for millions of years even before humans exist. Without the water cycle, the earth would run out of fresh water. Children, as we all of you know that water is one of the most important natural source on the earth. Every living thing needs water to survive. Humans, animals, birds, insects and plants cannot live without water. Water is used every day for drinking, cooking, bathing, washing clothes, cleaning houses, growing crops, running factories, generating electricity and many other activities. Children, now let us discuss about types of water sources. Water sources are mainly divided into two groups: natural source of water and artificial source of water. When it comes to natural source of water, water that comes from directly from nature. And when it is artificial source of water, means water stored or managed by human for use. Children, now let us discuss about the natural sources of water. First, let us discuss about rainwater. Rain is the main source of fresh water on the earth. It fills rivers, lakes, ponds and underground water supplies. Rainwater is also collected and stored for daily use. Children, let us discuss about river water. The rivers are flowing bodies of fresh water. They provide water for drinking, farming, transportation and electricity generation. Next, come to the lakes. Lakes are large bodies of still water surrounded by land. Many lakes contain fresh water used by people and animals. Now let us discuss about pond water. Ponds are smaller and shallower than lakes. They store rainwater and provide water for plants and animals. Stream water. Streams are small flowing water bodies that are often join rivers. They carry fresh water from the hills and mountains. Now let us discuss about groundwater. Groundwater is the water stored beneath the earth's surface. It collects in space between rocks and soil. Children, now let us discuss about aquifers. The aquifers are underground layers of rock or sand that hold underground water. Wells are dug to collect water from aquifers. Children, now let us discuss about springs. A spring is formed when underground water naturally flows out onto the earth's surface. Spring water is usually clean and fresh. Children, let us discuss about glaciers. The glaciers are large mass of ice found in mountains and cold regions. When glaciers melt, they supply fresh water to the rivers and lakes. Children, now let us discuss about ice caps. The ice caps are huge sheets of ice covering polar regions like Antarctica and Greenland. They store large amount of frozen fresh water. Children, now let us discuss about snow melt. When snow melts in mountain, the water flows into rivers, lakes and streams. This water is important for farming and drinking. Children, now let us discuss about wetlands and swamps. Wetlands and swamps are areas filled with water cannot be drunk directly, but it can be cleaned through desalination. Children, now let us discuss about atmospheric water. Water is also present in the atmosphere as water vapor, clouds, fog and mist. This water turns to the earth as a rain. Children, now let us discuss about the artificial source of water. First, let us discuss about wells. Wells are man-made holes dug into the ground to collect groundwater for homes and farms. Reservoirs. Reservoirs are artificial lakes created by building dams across rivers. They store water for drinking, irrigation and electricity. Dams. Dams help control river water and store large amount of water for human use. Canals. Canals are artificial water channels used to transport water to farming, towns and cities. Now let us discuss about water tanks and towers. Water tanks and towers store clean water and supply it to homes and buildings. Let us discuss about desalination plants. These desalination plants remove salt from seawater to provide fresh drinking water. Now let us discuss about water cycling system. Wastewater from homes and industries can be cleaned and reused for gardening, farming and other purpose uses are called water cycling system. Children, let us discuss the importance of water sources. They provide drinking water, helping farming and food production, support for plants and animals, used in industries and factories, generate electricity power and maintain the balance of nature. Water comes from many natural and artificial sources such as rain, river, lakes, groundwater, glaciers, wells and reservoirs. These sources are essential for life on the earth. We must use water carefully and avoid wasting it to protect this valuable resource for future generations. Children, let us discuss people who travel to bring water. In many places, especially in villages or towns without tap water, people have to travel some distance to fetch water. They go to rivers, lakes, ponds or wells to collect water for drinking, cooking and washing. Water is carried in buckets, pots, drums and containers, sometimes on their heads, shoulders, in carts. Example, in Rajasthan, India, people travel long distance to get water from wells or small rivers in desert areas. In parts of Kenya, children often walk several kilometers to fetch water from rivers or bore wells. In many villages along the Ganga river in India, people carry water from the river to their home. Children, water storage structures are very important for collecting and saving water for future use. Surface structures like ponds, reservoirs, tanks and dams store water above the ground, while underground structures like subsurface dams store water below the ground. Different materials such as plastic, concrete, steel and fiberglass are used to build these structures. Proper water storage helps people during droughts, supporting farming and industries and ensure a continuous supply of fresh water for daily life. Children, let us discuss about water help us to stay clean and healthy. Yes, we use water for bathing, washing hands and face, cleaning clothes and cleaning our homes. Clean water help us to stay healthy by washing away the dirt and germs. Children, let us see what happens after we use the water. After using water for cleaning, it becomes dirty. The dirty water cannot be used for drinking or cooking, but we can reuse it in some smart ways like watering plants and gardens, flushing the toilets, cleaning floors or outdoor areas. Children, now let us discuss how can we save and protect water. Reduce water use and don't waste water while bathing, brushing or washing. Reuse water whenever is possible and avoid adding too much of soap, detergent or chemicals into it. Children, now let us discuss about sharing water with others. Means small acts of kindness can make a big difference, especially in hot weather or where water is scarce. Like free drinking water for people. Offering free drinking water to postal workers, sanitization workers, neighbors, or visitors in some parts of India, people keep pots of water outside their homes. Example, in Rajasthan, many villages keep small earthen pots of water outside homes for the travelers. Another type of action is drinking water for animals. Keep a small tank or a bucket of a clean water for cows, goats, dogs, or other animals for drinking purpose. In some rural areas, farmers keep a large water tanks for cattle during the dry season. Children, let us discuss another action like bird baths and water for birds. Place a small bowl or hollow plate of water in your garden or balcony. Keep it clean and refill it every day. Example, many schools and parks have bird baths to help birds in summer. Children, during this discussion, we came to know that water is very precious. Like, we identified activities that waste or pollute water, water wastage. Example, leaving taps or running while brushing teeth or washing hands, washing vehicles with too much of water, overwatering the plants, using water careless while bathing, turn off the taps when not in use, reuse water whenever it is possible, like leftover water or water plants. Keep the water sources clean, means avoid throwing garbage or chemical into ponds, rivers, or drains. This helps the water keep clean and safe. Few examples of water pollution are throwing soap, detergents, or chemicals into ponds, rivers, or dams, and littering plastic and garbage into water bodies. Pouring oil or waste from the kitchens into drains makes the water pollute. Children, I want to share a water body nearby my area. Yes, there is a lake nearby my area called Ulsur Lake. It is a beautiful lake in the city. The lake stores rainwater. Many birds like ducks and herons can be seen there. Trees grow around the lake, giving shade and fresh air. People visit the lake for walking and relaxation. Children, here there is a poem about the river. A river flows, go wide and free, dancing down to bring big blue sea, splashing softly, shining brightly, a lovely and beautiful sight. Children, finally, I want to say that water is not just a gift, it is life itself. From the rain that falls from the sky to the water that comes from taps at home, it takes effort and planning to make water available. By understanding its journey and importance, we learn to respect, save, and protect water so that everyone, humans, animals, plants, can have it for years to come. Every drop of water matters. By saving water, reusing it when possible, keep it clean, and sharing it with others, we ensure that it is precious gift of nature continues to support all life on the earth. Children, nature gave us many valuable gifts such as water, air, soil, plants, animals, sunlight, and forests. These gifts help all living things survive and live happily. We should love, protect, and use natural resources carefully without wasting them. By saving water, planting trees, keeping our surroundings clean, and avoiding pollution, we can protect our nature for future generations. Children, nature is a precious gift. We must protect and conserve it. Thank you.